Good morning, San Diego. YouTube. It's been a while. It's your fair bear, California Bear 619. Today is July the 7th, 2024. I don't know. It's a nice day, I guess. Broadcast out on my phone because I want to bring out my laptop today. Yeah, got an old Samsung phone here that I finally remember the password on it that I forgot. I haven't opened it up since 2020, and it's a backup phone. I always take throwaway phones or burner phones. I call them when I go to the Philippines. This is one of them. This is a Samsung Galaxy 5 from 2014 that I've had. It still works. I deleted a bunch of apps and everything, and it runs perfect. The only thing I did is I got a backing for it, and I got a plastic cover. It works good. So, anyways, how's everybody doing? I haven't been on in a while. I haven't done any videos or anything. Just about all of July, I think. July was not a good month for me. Uh, the the migraines, you want to call them, were like just not good. They're excruciating, and how shall we say? I just couldn't bear with them and stuff. Uh, Basically, what I do is just kick back on the couch, and I wouldn't get out of the house. I wouldn't even come out of the backyard at all, hardly. Um, and I just, if it felt so bad, what I would do, I just lay my feet over and just like crash out. Sometimes it was so bad I'd fall asleep, sit down, and wake up, and I sleep all day, you know. But last couple days I've been all right, feeling okay. I'm talking a little soft, so I hope I can speak up a little bit more. I don't want to get too close. I'm okay right now. Let's see. I had a bunch of things I was thinking yesterday I was going to talk and it's going to run 'em down. Procrastinator. Didn't do it, but I'll just shoot it off the top of my head. Hopefully, I won't hit any blanks. Yeah, like I usually do. 4th of July. I hope everybody had a happy and safe 4th of July. Uh, like I said, I was not having a good day. I could tell. I could tell most of the time when I wake up how it's gonna go, and it just wasn't going good. By 10 o'clock, I crashed down. I was asleep. I woke up like maybe an hour before the fireworks starts going off, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. I think it's dark. My dog jumped on my lap and and sat down. He laid over, buried his head on the pillow, and just laid next to me here. And so we sat through it. Um, we spend the rest of the night just watching YouTube, and then just reminisced of what's been going on, and also what I'm actually doing with my channel and what I gotta start doing and stuff. And one of the things I think I'm gonna start doing is gonna start unsubscribing to a lot of I'm gonna trim the fat, so to say. There's a lot of stuff that I just I don't like really to care for. I don't even follow. So it's not to be how should I say, oh well, I don't like them, so I'm gonna unfollow them. I'm gonna unsubscribe. It's not that. It's just my channel, basically my other channel I had originally, that's what happened. It just got so cluttered. The algorithm just got so much. And when I originally started this channel was for the reason being that I wanted to start blogging and stuff. And I started with the basically with bloggers in the Philippines because that's what I wanted back then and thought. long story short, I followed a lot, just to get ideas on, on like what, you know, how should I say, just basic ideas. Basically, try to learn how they edit videos, how they tell stories, and how they do presentations, and everything's just about, And I've been learning on my own to do my own thing, how I want to do it, and like some of the bigger channels, excuse me, that I do follow, they say, "Hey, I've been trying to reach you about your ears extended warranty." Well, thank you, but I'm okay. I appreciate it. Thank you, Team 3011. Um, anyways, it's like I'll say Phil in the Philippines, another guy that I do follow. I've made my large return. I Adolf Filter. I don't know. I'm kidding, my guy. No, no big deal, dude. It's all good, dude. It's all humor here. It's good, man. That's a cool name, though. Team Dirty 11. Uh, I'm not. Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. Phil in Philippines says, there's no right way or wrong way how to do YouTube. You just do your own thing. And if you guys been following me, it's like, nah, this guy doing, man. But if you follow and you follow my story, kind of understand, hey, there's something wrong with this guy's brain, but there's a reason why. So okay, so bear with me. I have some followers that comment all the time, and I appreciate that too because this interaction, um, it teaches me more actually now about myself than anything else. Um, most of the comments have been positive, as I've noticed. It's only when I go off the spectrum, when it's even hasn't even do with the Philippine blogger community, is when I go outside like interest, and I'll make a comment. And there's one subject that triggers a lot of people, I notice. Whenever I make a comment about alcoholism, excuse me, alcoholism, it tends to trigger people. I notice that. And I don't do it in a way like to judge or anything. I just state facts. The latest one was a couple days ago. It popped up on my feed. It was an old comment that I made on, on one of the channels I follow about IRL streamer that I don't know if he's still around or what. I don't even remember his name. But anyways, this guy, all he does is just get smashed when he did his live streams. That's what he did. And then his supporters would send him money so he would drink shots and whatever. And I mean, it's just a sad case, Him being a fellow diabetic, he had wounds on his legs and kidneys and whatnot. Okay, yeah, it's 7 in the morning. I know my medicine. Anyways, so there was a comment made about this guy's really a cool dude when he's sober. And all I said was, like most alcoholics are. And that's it. That's all I said. And it's true. It's like it's usually when alcoholics, and let's get this straight. There's a difference between alcoholics and people that drink, even though technically if you drink alcohol, you are an alcoholic. Okay. That's one of the things I've learned in classes that I took back when I had my DUI back in 1995. Yeah. Yeah. Back then you had to pay for classes and stuff and whatnot. And they say anybody that partakes in alcohol or drugs, you are technically are an alcoholic or a drug addict, period. That's just how it is. Anyways, a lot of people have a hard time with that. But anyways, that's not the subject. The subject was that I said most alcoholics are. They are pretty cool when they're sober. So this person just like said, "Hey, it's like, dude, just starts this argument." I'm like, "There's no argument. I just said what I said." Oh no, alcoholics are cool and they drink. I'm like, well, no, they're not. You know, they may think they're cool because, like, when they're drunk or whatever, their inhibitions go down or whatever. And I've seen it. I've seen it with friends. I've seen it with family members. I've seen it with people I've dated in the past, and I see it with myself personally that I am technically a alcoholic in recovery. I've not drank anything since April 21st of 2021. I don't go to meetings. I don't do AA. It was just a personal decision after my stroke that I was going to drink anyway. So that's what it is. So I'm not like on a soapbox and you shouldn't drink. You shouldn't do this. That's all I did. But I noticed, and it's like it's not the first time when I make a comment about drinking or not drinking. I've done shorts, I've done a video in the past, and I got people, oh, well, you're gonna drink sometime, or you're a quitter. I did another comment a couple months ago also that said, so hey, I quit drinking since such date, and this person goes, oh, you're a quitter. I say, well, yeah, I am technically I am. I quit drinking because my stroke had something to do with it. And that's it. I'm not gonna argue, but anyways, that's one of the subjects I wanted to talk about. It's funny. It triggers people so fast, whatever, and to try to start trolling you and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fall in that trap. Let's see, what else? Uh, oh, I just made a comment just last night. It was a pretty cool topic. A video about where God comes from and stuff. And somebody made a comment about like, oh yeah, I asked my mother, and she just said, "I don't know, son. One day when I die, I'll find out, and you will too." I said, "Oh, dang!" Every time I asked that as a kid, I got told to pretty much shut the fuck up, and just like not ask dumb questions like that, and such words, and I actually sometimes in like pretty much close to those words, that's what I was told as a kid. And some person like wrote like, and luckily for me, I guess, they got triggered and they're writing. It's all in Arabic. I recognize, and there was no translator, so I just wrote, "Hey, I don't understand." You know, and like whatever it was, I take it was negative because the emojis were on there were all like, kind of like poking fun or whatever, I guess. So I say, "Hey, man, I don't understand." Ha ha ha. And they wrote, "Hey, okay, good." Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm like, okay, okay. I'm not gonna argue, dude. I'm not gonna argue on the internet. I'm not gonna argue, especially on YouTube. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Arguing on the internet is like the Special Olympics. There's no winners and there's no losers. So there's that. Um, Going back to what I was talking about originally about, I'm gonna like exercise about like reducing. You know, I think part of it is also. Uh, Like I said, I was following a lot of bloggers from the Philippine bloggers community, and due to my condition, what's been going on, and the delayed time frame that I was expecting myself to be over there, excuse me, over there, west from here, behind my back. That's the east. So it's the west back there. Uh, it's kind of like taking its toll of just especially with my health how it's been. It's like. It makes you think a lot. That's all you could really do is you sit there and think and stuff. And and I've been doing like, okay, was this how the rest of my life's going to be now? I'm 53 years old. I can't work. I can't function. I, am I just going to be here the rest of my life? How long, not how long am I going to live, but am I just going to live the rest of my life just sitting here on the couch, feeling like this till I'm done? Because that's basically what happens. It's happening again, just like it happened in 2021. And at the end of 2020, wasn't feeling well before I had my stroke. I was just going to bed, man. I would make it to bed, like just not feeling well. I'm like, God, and I would just go, you know what, man, that's all right. If I don't wake up tomorrow or whatever, I'm okay with that. At least I'm home. And I really meant that. And then when I would wake up, I'm like, damn, dude, woke up again. It's like not because I was ungrateful, just because the way I was gonna feel. I knew I was gonna feel again. So I'm kind of back at that point again where I haven't been like that in what 3 years, pretty much. And I'm like, God, I can't be doing that because I got people that depend on me. I got my son, I got his mother, and his older brother and stuff that depend on me, and I gotta stay well and function as long as I can. To basically, when I go over there, take care of business. But that's all right. I don't know. I talked to somebody new just recently this week, and I like what he had to say. And I listened to him as much as s- through my doctor, and basically, it's a therapist. And what they do is they pretty much just listen to you. You know, and this is like, excuse me, sorry, like care or something. I don't know if that's the other thing. And I think he was getting a feel for me, or because it's the first time he's ever working with me and stuff, and I was telling him my story, basically, what I'm telling right now of my history and stuff, because he was more interested of the person that I was working with before, and I said, well, I don't really talk about her because I don't know, I don't really go into her personal life. She just told me that she may or may not be back. Like, didn't tell me in detail. I didn't ask. I left it at that. We had a good, working relationship. Excuse me, sorry. Uh, I trim my nose hairs again or something. Anyways, so okay, so all right, he's all right. So I was telling him how I was feeling. Hey, this is going on, dude, with my head and everything. And it's like it's kind of demoralizing and stuff, and it's kind of like, um, you know, there's two things that I've learned since this happened. You know, Before I was just scraping by, trying to get by, trying to get, you know, you know, whatever job I could get to make ends meet, to take care of my family and stuff, and so I just couldn't anymore. And it's just like it's like you just gotta accept it, and then you have to learn how to adapt. So even then, acceptance is like a process. Even I'm learning still to accept because yeah, I accepted I had a stroke. I accepted that this and that physically, I can't like do certain things anymore. But it's a process, that continues. Like, hey, now it's like, well, I can't really go to baseball games because my friends, hey, let's go to a baseball game, and like they'll even say, hey, we even got parking that's close by, so you don't have to like walk as much and stuff. Like, look, you guys don't understand. It's not even so much the walking and stuff. It's the thing is if I don't start feeling well, I gotta lay down. So I can't go to a game or I can't go to a concert like uh my dad went to a concert earlier this month. Uh, I gotta tell that story about the tickets and stuff. And I already knew I was gonna be. We're gonna be in standing room only somewhere, on some hill, at the amphitheater, and I'm not gonna be feeling well because of the lights and like that triggers my migraines, and I just gotta lay down, and I can't be laying down on the ground somewhere. That's just gonna cause unwanted attention and stuff. They're gonna paramedics or whatever, and then come the police and let me see your ID. I don't need that shit. So I just, so like I said, you learn to accept that you're not going to be able to do a lot of things that you used to like before. Uh, I used to love to go fishing a lot, and I can't. What do you mean I can't? Because what I used to do is like I used to go off the rocks from the bay here in San Diego in the morning. Right now, I'd be just finishing right now. Right now, I'd be finishing, packing up, getting ready to go somewhere at breakfast. So, you're climbing on rocks or, you know, even on the beach, surf fishing, the waves and whatever, and walking with gear and stuff, or even on the boat, it's like, the boat's moving, like, I don't have good equilibrium. Uh, Even when you're fighting a fish, it's like I don't have the strength on this side, even though it's my weaker side. So you gotta learn to accept, and you gotta adapt. That's another thing. You gotta adapt to your surroundings, and you gotta adapt to people sometimes. Not getting out of your way. When you go to the grocery store and you're lucky enough to get one of those little carts and stuff. Sometimes they're a bigger pain in the ass than actually getting an actual push cart. Push cart, you can just like bump somebody. Those little carts, man, people don't see you. They don't get out of your way, and they'll just stand there and like, hey, like but you can't make them understand. On top of trying to find parking, because people just park in a handicap spot. You can't get angry at stuff. It's not even worth it. Yeah. So I said you have to learn how to adapt also. And it's a process. And I was telling that to this one gentleman there, and he said something. Yeah, I was like, you got a pretty good grip on that stuff. So well, it's a learning process. Not to have a good grip on it, but it's, I have an understanding of it that I have to, just deal with it. Yeah, it's like some people are like, oh, it's like, yeah, it's unfair that happened to you. Yeah, this is unfair, and yeah, it sucks. And so, yeah, exactly. You can waste your time and energy on that and dwell on that and feel sorry for yourself, but that's just a waste of energy. You can't do that because that's even worse. You're just basically if you're doing that, you're just like you basically what you're doing is you're just like and you're like just throwing like sand over you, like, oh, feel sorry for me because nobody else is gonna feel sorry for you. I mean, that's all over. That happened at first. That happened like, 3 years ago. Like, oh, hey, if there's anything I can do for you, man, hey, I'll be there. Hey, Walla Walla. I've been through that already. I do. It's good, man. It's more disappointing than actually, than inspirating or inspirational, from friends. But like I said, that's because it makes them feel better for the situation. But it's what I told the therapist. I'm like, you know what, man? When people go, oh, I'm sorry, like, an example, it's like went to McDonald's one time and I can't use those machines, man. They just like I can get to the part like order what I want, but once I want to pay for something, like for some reason I can't figure out, dude. I'm like, just take my damn card. And it doesn't like, dude, what? It's like I just walk up, and they like kind of like they get pissed off for some reason already. That why are you gonna come up here when you have all these machines over here already, like right away? And I go and like and like, hey, it's like. And I'm trying to think my thought, because like I was dealing with that machine. So what I just wanted 2 egg McMuffins, a hash brown, and an orange juice. And I was like trying to think, and I'm like, and she walked away. Like when I opened my eyes, she like walked away. And she's telling me, well, it would have been faster. You just would have used the machine. I'm like, yeah, well, there's a reason why I can't use machine. I had a stroke, so I have a hard time dealing with that. That's why it's better for me to talk to a person. And like the demeanor changed. Once you tell them, "Hey, man, I had a stroke," their demeanor, oh, like, oh, they like, oh, fuck, or they'll like, you see, they all have the same look, like, I'm sorry. I said, no, 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 it's all right. Don't be sorry. It's better that happened to me than it happened to you. And they're kind of like, huh? What does he mean by that? As that means that, hey, I'm all, how will you be able to do your McDonald's job with a stroke? You know, if I can't even deal with the ordering machine, dude, imagine you trying to deal with that and everything else in your life. And that's what I told the therapist. Imagine your job, your career and your life just turns completely upside down where you just can't even take care of yourself anymore. You have to depend on other people for things. That's actually the hardest part for me to accept. I used to be self-sufficient, you know. I used to be a union pipe fitter, and that meant something. Not long ago, I was cleaning some stuff from one of my garage from my closets in my house, and it's a box that's been like packed up from several places I've moved. And I was like throwing stuff away, and one of them was the booklet of when actually I had my ceremony when I became a journeyman. There's a banquet that they do for the retirees, but they also do all the new graduates that become journeymen and stuff. And it was me in the class. And like, you know what, man? I remember when I got that. I mean, that meant something. It was an accomplishment for me. Because I got in a trade at 33, you know, kind of old for getting the trade, being a bigger dude and everything, it's like there was a lot of things stacked against me, but I never quit. I just stuck through it. And there was times when I wanted to quit. I had job offers from other people. Hey, it's like we're looking for plumbers. We can get you a job starting at 17, $20 an hour, 20, whatever. I'm like, yeah, like I didn't tell them like, well, I'll make that next a couple months or next year. I didn't look like that. Nah, dude. It's like I want to finish this. Let me finish this so I can, say that I finished this and became a journeyman, and then see how it happens. And I did, and I found that. So I hold on to that, going, hey, but I gotta say now, even though I still am technically because I'm not officially retired yet, I don't have any Social Security coming in yet. I don't have any pension coming in yet. I'm still paying dues. Why am I still paying dues? 'Cause I'm still holding on to that carrot, that hope. What we call carrots, hopes. I'm like, hey, here's a carrot. Here's this, that pension that I'm going to get that pension while I'm still alive. That's I already know it's not going to happen, so I can't worry about that. That's what I told um, this person. I will name his name. We'll call him K. Yeah, K. I can't worry about things I can't control because he'll say, "Oh, well, did you apply?" I'm like, "Yeah, I applied that, but I got denied already. So I already did an appeal. I consulted I consulted with a lawyer. I didn't hire a lawyer, but I consulted with a lawyer about appeals. He said an appeal takes 12 to 15 months, and that was back in November of last year, 2023. So November of 2024 will be 12 months, another 3 months, so it'll be 2025. He's on top of that, tack on at least another 5 to 6 months because that's how far behind they are to even get a possible look at your appeal, and possibly you'll get denied again. I mean, he just told how it is. So, okay, I can't worry about that stuff anymore, you know. So he's like, well, you have a really good attitude. I'm like, it's not about attitude, man. It's just a mind frame because the more you dwell on it, the worse it's going to get on you. All I do is just sit here, in there on my couch, and I look out my window. My window faces the west, as the sun sets, and it's like one day, I go, one day I'm gonna be over the horizon over there where I belong with my son. My son I haven't seen in over 4 years now. And that's why I was telling him, like, you look, it's like I went through my things, I went through my stuff, and then, after my divorce was finalized and everything, okay, I did whatever I wanted to do and had to do to get that all out of my system. I said, okay, now you gotta take responsibility and for yourself and everything, And you know, uh, saved money. I worked. I took a trip to the Philippines, and I had a good. I did stuff that I always wanted to do and never got to do was island hop. Not stay in some hotel and not go to clubs and this and that. It's just like I got to do stuff that was fun. Not get all smashed and drunk every day and night. And I met a young lady. Well, I call her a younger lady, but she was in her late 20s, and we hit it off. I had a good time. I liked her attitude, and we kept in contact. I went and saw her a year later. That was in 2018. So in 2019, I went and saw her again. We spent some more time together, and we did fun stuff. And you know, she got pregnant, and I took care of my responsibilities. And she had a healthy boy in 2020. And I said everything changed for me in 2020. You know, the world changed, but I held that little boy, that baby in my arms and stuff, and I was like up here, man. For the first time, I felt I was up here where I deserved to be, in life, with hopes and thoughts, and like, oh, okay, I'll do this, and I'm gonna do that, and you know, um, and then kind of life just went boom, you know. And I asked them, you watch sports, you watch football, for example, or whatever. And when a football player has a career ending injury, like a knee injury that's so bad, or a hip injury, something that's it. He's never going to be the same. That how demoralizing it is for that athlete. Well, that's how it was for me, because I can't do what I used to do anymore, but I gotta like, even after I had my stroke, I'm like, oh, a couple weeks later, I gotta figure something out, I could barely like just basically I could barely wipe my ass. That was like an issue right there in itself. And I'm like, oh, I gotta do something. I gotta figure out how to work online and do stuff. So like, all these ads on Facebook and Instagram and on YouTube, whatever. Oh, become a computer programmer. That's it. I'll become a computer programmer. I'll start off at 60,000, and then I'll get real good and make 100,000. Just like I used to as a pipe fitter. Making it happen, man. Yeah. So again, you have to learn how to adjust. You learn how to accept. There's different things that make you accept your situation. Let's see. Nobody. Let's see. People are watching. That's cool. If anyone says hi, you can say hi. I had a couple guys come on, and they were just being funny guys, which is good. That's no problem. Let's see what else was going to talk about. So I talk about that. Uh, I don't want to call out any channels particularly and stuff, or why I'm doing that. But like I said, there's like a lot of negativity and stuff that I don't need to follow. Somehow YouTube changed again. It used to be you go on your channel and you manage your history, and you clear your history, and it erases everything. So it starts all over again. So for example, let's say I go on there and put kittens. You put kittens, for example. So as you put kittens, boom, you get bombarded. Oh, about this cat and that cat. Now, how to take care of cats and problem cats and whatnot, blah, 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 And you just keep getting more and more and more and more. So that's what I mean. It gets overbearing, some stuff. A lot of stuff that I like watching because they're funny. It's those auditors, those First Amendment auditors. They like to stand with a camera in front of a bank or in front of somewhere, and they like get people all riled up, and then they sometimes they get physical. uh, they'll call the police, and the police, and then they deal with the police. Let me see your ID, and like, no, I'm like, oh well, yeah, you do. I'm gonna arrest you. I'll put you in like it's a whole spectacle. Why are you filming? And why? Well, I can't tell you. I'm all this and that. So, anyways, you watch one, so then you get bombarded with a bunch, and like so. Anyways, like I said, I've been clearing them out. So when I went there, it changed, so I couldn't clear that out, and I'm like, meow. There you go. Yeah, you're right. Meow. It's just the dogs, right? Except it wasn't those kind of cats, all right? It's the kind of cats over in Thailand, the ones I never went and saw. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, I gotta start like unfollowing a lot of things and hope they'll change the algorithm a little bit. It's just things I don't follow bloggers in the Philippines or certain subjects or whatever. I just want to mainly just make this channel about me blogging and maybe keep the other channel, which I still do, and I don't really go. I mean, that's why I have these old phones as references. When I'm using my phone, I can just reference on these phones, use my Wi-Fi and whatever. And I just the other for entertainment, and I use this one just for I do my blogging and stuff. So yeah, like I said, I don't I can talk a lot about other bloggers and why I disagree, but why it's like who am I? Tell them they're wrong. Tell them they're hypocrites. This one guy is just like he's starting to show his colors. About he moved away from Angeles City and like just like oh yeah it's like all these people don't talk to me and like I don't care, but all he does is talk about it like oh they don't you know and it starts like code words for this person and that person. I'm like, dude, if you don't care, then why are you still talking about it? If you don't care about it, why are you still jumping on their live streams and adding, And then again, you're a hypocrite because you get so angry when they talk about your wife or kids or whatever, but yet you have no problem about talking about this guy's wife or talking about that guy's girlfriend. I remember a couple years ago, you made a big deal about a other channel they're talking about you can't talk about businesses. You can't say anything negative about businesses. You can't say negative about restaurants or anything. I don't talk about restaurants because people get like really like what was the word you used? They get really not weird. They get funny or something like that. They get butthurt basically. Year review says I don't do that. I don't do food reviews and stuff. But yet he went out of his way when heaven forbid this place that he ate every week, twice or three times a week, that he's such a fucking picky eater, he couldn't eat what his wife would cook for him. It's not like your wife couldn't cook bacon and eggs at home, dude. You just want to get the fuck out and go watch the girls, watch what you can have at home. Tell the fucking truth. That's like read between the lines with this guy. You know, your crooked nose laugh and berate the cook, dude. Go way off and berate the cook when you said a long time ago that not what you do to Filipinos, which you don't. You don't do that. It's actually against the law to do that in person or especially online. Yeah, weird. You can't do that online in the Philippines. It's a crime. It's a cybercrime. So I think I'm gonna start with that guy, dude. I was watching his live stream the other day, and he's like going on and on and on. It's like, dude, I just thinking, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna go on your channel and say this or that because there's no sense in it and stuff. Mm, Another subject. Oh, well, on my own channel, my own channel. Um, I've I've gained a couple followers, not just subscribers, because there's a difference between subscribers and followers. Subscribers, people subscribe, they'll subscribe to your channel, and that's cool, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm back up to 107. Somehow I went up from 106, 105 to 108, and the last time I checked, I was on 106. I'm back to 107. I don't check every day, but once in a while, I just keep tabs. So, and then I don't really check my demographics or how many hours or whatever, but I check that. Like, oh, just keep track. If people are still following me, and then there's followers, people that do actually watch your videos, interact, they comment. Not so much likes or dislikes, but actually comment, interact, leave comments on there. I have a couple of them, and I appreciate that. Thank you. And I've always said that even on my profile. I say, hey, if you have anything negative to say or criticism, cool. I accept it. Please do. This person has been helpful because she does. She tells me, hey, dude, sometimes it's hard to watch your videos because how you talk, because your mind goes blank. So sometimes it's probably better to like kind of structure things. So you're right. I need to start doing that because I was the kind of guy that would never write a script. Even when I spoke in front of people, I wouldn't write I just wrote, talk from the heart in my brain, and that was it. But I can't do that all the time because my mind goes sometimes, and I can't talk. I can't, process the thought into words. And right now, I'm doing pretty good actually. I noticed that. I watched it. So, anyways, and don't want to lose track. But anyways, this person has a lot of positive, and then sometimes I notice that they're kind of like passive aggressive. So yeah, I'm talking about you right now. That you watch all my videos, and I appreciate it too. There was that one little issue about the on my community. I put that Haktua, but it was kind of like I just wrote on top about we're gonna ride this till the next election, and you completely missed it because you didn't really understood what the hot tour thing was all about, which is probably it's over by now already. I don't see it anywhere. That was the hottest thing like last week, and you know, so she said something about, well, I don't really appreciate it, and I don't really think. I'm like, "Oh, well," and I reacted to it, and I wrote some stuff, and I said, I gotta learn myself to like not do that. I need to just say, "Oh, okay, well, thank you," and just do a little heart, and just like and that's it. I don't need to like follow my own advice and my own like statements about not arguing or whatever. Just let them say what they're gonna say, and that's I appreciate it, and I do. Another subject that this person keeps like kind of like and almost like you're pushing it too. I'm gonna say it, okay, about God. I thought I already clarified that last time, okay? And I'm just gonna say it real short and sweet. I do believe. I just believe in a different way that you do. That's all. I believe the same thing, but in a different way than you do. And you said, don't forget my Bible. And you know what? I will. I'll pack it. And when I do that video, I'm gonna show you what Bibles I'm gonna take. So you should understand where, I come from. But I understand. I respect it again. I respect your understanding of God, your relationship with God, because you talk about it every time, and that's cool. If you want to use my page and the comment section as a platform to whatever, that's fine. I'm just gonna ask this one thing. Do not use it to argue with the other people if it ever comes to that. I'm not gonna take that. Okay? That's all I'm gonna ask. Please. And you know who you are. Thank you again. And I don't know if you're the one that keeps unsubscribing, subscribing, unsubscribing because it's weird, but whatever. It's all good. I appreciate it. That's really all I was gonna say. I mean, I don't know what else I was gonna say. I mean, I had it all thought out last night, even this morning. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that. I gotta sit down and I just need to I write a description. Yeah, blanket it. If anybody's got any questions or whatever, I appreciate it. If you guys do it. If not, don't forget to like and subscribe or unlike. You know, comments are always accepted and appreciated. Actually, whoever's watching, thank you very much. I wish you would come on and just and drop comments, and people did what they did. That was kind of cool. I appreciate that. It's comedy and stuff. You know, I'll thank the people right now. Team 3011, Adolf Tilter, and Ucky. I don't think I've ever had you guys here ever comment on it, but I appreciate it again. Thank you. All right. It is Sunday morning, and I'm going to log off. And I got a couple of chili peppers, plants that I got to take care of over here. And that's it. Peace out.